euphilia garden. He's loving this new cave from the new. Oh, this is actually disgusting. Hey guys, and finally, welcome back to another update on my Juwel aquarium. I've changed a few things in the tank. I've moved quite a few corals, and you can see this area of the rockscape has changed. And I'm actually going to be doing stuff in this video as well, instead of just showing it after I've done it. So I'll just show you what I've done first. Is this torch coral is over by this hammer coral here. I did Google it. Euphilia corals are completely compatible with each other, which is good. So I haven't even seen any stinging or aggressiveness between both corals. They've both been good as gold, and I hope it stays that way. Might even eventually put a little frog spawn there as well to complete the little euphilia garden. The Duncan now, you can see I've just kind of wedged it in that little hole there. You can see a tiny little pink spot right underneath it. If I zoom in, see that right there, that's a little bit of coralline, and there's a few little purple bits just peppering around the rock, which is a good start. Already starting to get coralline just a month in. Candy cane here, this has been growing really rapidly. Day by day I'm seeing a tiny little bit of growth. You can see they're starting to split into two there, and they're starting to split even more down the middle, which is brilliant. They're actually really starting to branch out now, and that'll probably be a really fast growing. It's all, another thing as well is it's getting a much more flow now. It's over in this corner here, and they do like high flow. And yeah, the wave machine, if I just look through this way, you can see that it's kind of tilted, so it's facing towards like the back kind of area. So the whole back corals will be SPS, and that's where they need like the most amount of flow. I mean, the LPS, they're not massively fast. Maybe the Zoa's like a little bit higher flow than the candy cane, but they already are. It's just the SPS that really need the high flow. So I've got that wave pump pointing over there to make sure they get high enough flow. And what I've done here, this little wave machine right there, I've cleaned that out, like really thoroughly scrubbed it out. And I think it might have been a little bit coralline or just a tiny little piece of dirt, hard dirt in it, that was really slowing it down, because it was producing like barely any power for months, even in the little fluvial tank. And I've already cleaned it out, so you can see it's on 2,500 litres an hour, and look at that surface shimmer, loads. I mean, this is the little 600 pump here, and it's producing loads of surface vegetation, which as you can see, with help from the Red Sea lights as well, causing a really great shimmer. This shrimp, I'll just get a shot of him whilst he's out. He's loving this new cave from the new scape that I've made here. He's really coming out a little bit more now. It's much more open, and yeah, he's pretty much hosted that. So that's pretty much his own cave, and yeah, it's much more of a taller scape now. So it used to be a lot lower down, but now it's a lot higher up for highlight corals. That the digi won't be staying there because it's a little bit too high up. Really, I can afford to put it a lot lower, but I think it's really nice. It's much better than what it was. And if I did that it's a little flat piece. It's a piece of prime rock, which means it's completely flat on the bottom, and it's all bumpy on the top, and that looks amazing as well. The pulse coral, that's moved just slightly a little bit forward, just so it's catching a tiny bit more light. So that's got a nice little purpley pink kind of colour to it. Hopefully this clownfish will host it. I think they are starting to host it. They probably get in it more when it starts growing. So I'm just going to get a frag of my dad's GSP. It's very similar. It's virtually identical. Maybe slightly longer tentacles, but that one's, you know, it grows really quickly and it's not really fussy. This one's a really off species of it, and yeah, I'll probably just switch to my dad's one. Much more easier. Algae wise, there is a little bit of brown diatoms on the sand and a tiny bit of rock, but you'd expect that from a new system setting up. There's a little bit, but I do have 4 Mexican turbo snails in there, which is like stuff like that thing on the skimmer there. There's a conch here, which will really help with diatoms as well. That was just stay on the sand. There's one there. There's 4 of them kicking about, and they're really helping reducing the algae and the diatoms in the tank as well. Not that I got a massive amount. It might increase a little bit more. It's kind of this brown string kind of looking stuff. So if, like, for instance, the new rock, there's all this brown stuff, but it does get eaten pretty quickly, and hopefully it will just go on its own. Whilst my nutrients are kind of higher than what I'd like them. Would like them about 1, maybe 2 at the most, but right now they're kicking about the 5 to 6 kind of level. And my alkalinity has dropped a tiny bit. It's now 8.5. So in order to boost that up, I'm gonna have to do a water change, and that will also boost up my trace elements, which are all the other elements in the tank that will possibly be running a little bit low. So now I'm going to do some of the physical stuff into the video. So I'm going to be cleaning out the skimmer. I'm going to be emptying it, having a look inside. Already have emptied it. So let's see what it's like inside it. Alright, so here's the cup that I've just taken off the Tunzi 9004 skimmer. So let's just take this lid off. We're going to have to clean all the inside of this, empty this out. Oh, this is absolutely disgusting. Oh, that is disgusting. Right, so that says emptied out, but you see all this foam and all this gunk in there. We're going to have to clean all that out. Out of chlorine water, it's very, very, very important that you make sure that every inch of this thing is bone dry. You don't want to be adding any tap water to a saltwater aquarium. Okay, so now the skimmer, as you can see, it's bone dry, and that's the whole skimmer cleaned out. Only took about 3 minutes, which you only have to do pretty much like once a week. So it's really, really easy job. And now what I do is just put it onto there, like so, and then you push this button, which just turns it on, and it should be running again. Easy peasy. Takes no more than 3 minutes, and yeah. So yeah, it was a little bit disgusting, but I hope you enjoyed this video. And next week, honestly, I have no idea what's going to be going on, so you'll find out, and I'll catch you later. Bye.